Since I've been back from Italy, I haven't really done an awful lot of filming, vlogging. Just been trying to get back into the swing of things. You know, you have 7-8 days of doing the same thing, then you come back to serious work, and it takes a couple of days to get back into the usual work and the interruptions and all those sort of things. So this coming Sunday is the start of the Jewellery and Watch Show up in Birmingham. Unfortunately, Sutton Tools and Betts Metals aren't showing, so I'm not going to be on any stand, but I am going to be going up for the day to have a look around. So hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of vlogging whilst I'm up there. I got a couple of meetings planned as well, so got some exciting plans for this year as well, 2018. So looks like it's going to be a good year. Fingers crossed. I happen to pick the bit of road where there's no lights. Tis Sunday today, and it's, as you can tell, it's very early again. Oh. Very early, just after 6 AM. I'm off on my way up to, I'm off on my way? I'm on my way, I'm off on my way to the NEC, the National Exhibition Centre. It's going to be the first day of the Jewellery and Watch Show. I need to be at these shows because of At the Bench. I need to be out there. I need for people to see me. I need people to come along and see me, talk to me, chat to me, and that's what it's all about. So I am literally going up for the day. I've got 2 meetings planned. Can't say too much at the moment about who they're with, what they're for, but I hope it's going to be a very productive day. And you may be wondering why I am leaving so early. It's just after 6 o'clock. Show doesn't open until 9 o'clock. It doesn't take me 3 hours to drive up to Birmingham. No, you're right, it takes me 1 hour 50.
Next exit.
According to my sat-nav. And the reason being is that the Jewellery and Watch Show are held in
half a mile, right turn.
The show is held in literally 2 halls, and there's a good car park that's just by it, about 3 or 4 minute walk. That's the car park I want to try and get into. The problem is, all the exhibitors want to go in that car park as well, so I am having to go at the time that an exhibitor would go, just to grab that parking spot. So I'm going to sit in the car for a little while, do a bit of social media, do a bit of, it's getting cold, doing a bit of note taking, and then just before 9 o'clock, bam, I'm in there, first in the queue, let me in, here's my pass, thank you so much. Oh dear. Yeah, and I've had no coffee this morning either. I have decided to stop off at the services for that coffee that I actually haven't had yet. It's still early, the birds are singing, the dawn chorus as they call it. It's going to be an espresso, it's going to be a double espresso. It's the same every year. The show is always beginning of February, and it's always bitterly cold, and usually we get snow, and in fact someone told me that on Tuesday snow is forecast. It's always the same. I've got about a 2 or 3 minute walk into the hall. I'm a little bit early, but just want to just get in, Get my little plastic lanyard for my ticket. And let's get and do some business. The show seems to be getting a lot smaller and smaller every single year. The walls seem to be just getting moved year after year, and that's because there are less and less people exhibiting at these shows. Sure, you've still got the big brands, you've got the brands like Clog-Eye here, you've got Nomination here, but there's even talk of those brands not even coming back next year. And those two brands themselves take a large space that is going to be left vacant, so I really don't know what's going to happen over the next few years with regards to trade shows. Good, am I allowed in? Because it's not just the trade shows in the UK that are suffering, it's also the trade shows around the world as well. This year in Basel they're not having a tools and machinery section. So that fair is getting a lot smaller and smaller. I don't know of any show that's actually getting larger and larger, to be honest. But there's still a good buzz going on around here. Lots of people now, it's just after lunchtime. People waving at me, it's very nice of them. There are lots more areas for seating, and there's even companies selling scarves, and there's even companies selling massaging devices. What's that all about?
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
What at the roundabout? There's no roundabout here.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
No. Sometimes, Sat-Nav, You don't know the best route. I do.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Now you're talking. It's a strange show. As I was saying a little bit earlier, the trade in general is still just as busy.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
It's still just as... Let me turn it down. Can I turn it down? The trade in general is still vibrant, it's busy, it's bustling. But the trade shows are just that little bit dead. And I was talking to a couple of the exhibitors there on a few stands, and we all had the same thought.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
I obviously can't turn it down. We all had the same thought. The internet has played a part in the demise of a trade show. When I started in this...
In 200 yards, slight left turn. Second, slight left turn ahead.
When I started in this trade 28 years ago, and even when I used to come to these trade shows when I was in uni...
Slight left turn.
30 years ago, you could hardly, on the first day, you could hardly walk straight down the aisles between the stands because there was just so many people there. Now the problem being that there's less and less people. But years ago, when the manufacturers wanted to show you new products, new ranges, new designs, their autumn and winter collection, their spring and summer collection, it was very much the trade show that they used to come to for buyers to see the new products. Nowadays, with the internet, World Wide Web, intraweb, whatever you want to call it, but now with the internet, as soon as there is the glimpse of a new collection, as soon as the ideas are there, even the drawings are there, you can put them on the internet. The new product comes along, you can put it on the internet, and it's there for everybody to see. You don't have to wait until the spring fair in February. You don't have to wait until the autumn fair in September, because the range is there in front of your eyes at a touch of a button, a click of a mouse. So people now aren't really coming to these trade shows to see the new products, because we've seen the new products. They're on the internet, they're on the company's websites. But I do think that even though
continue for 8 miles.
Even though the internet is perhaps killing the trade shows for brands, when it comes to things like packaging, coming to things like tools, where you really do need a hands-on approach. There were some nice boxes that I saw that I like the feel of. I like the feel of the paper, the nubuck, whatever you want to call it. I love the feel of that, and that's something that I couldn't have experienced online. Tools. I saw a fantastic casting machine that is just being brought into the country by a very nice gentleman who I must have spent over an hour with, that he must have thought, who is this guy? I was asking all the questions, but very, very interesting. This casting machine is brand new. I have seen a glimpse of it on the web, but I haven't been able to look at it in detail, and the guy who was presenting it was the actual guy who designed it. So I had first-hand knowledge and first-hand experience at looking at it, asking questions, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. So my meetings went well, nothing set in stone, but just talking to a couple of big players within the tools distribution in the country, so I have to wait to see what happens to that. So for me, it was quite a productive 6 hours. Funnily enough, I met with a lot of people that I normally chat to when I'm on the stand, on the Sutton tool stand. So it was good to chat to them again. But for a show, for someone who's paid quite a few thousands of pounds on a stand, with the amount of people coming through the door, I think I would be very disappointed. But there we go, that's life, let's get on with it. A nice 2-hour drive home now. Got a couple of catalogues to look at tonight. Back to work in the morning. So today has been a successful day.
Feel me like a Hellcat.